My friend hadn't been home in 13 years. Today, he was going back. From Damascus, we drove through the night, 5 hours north, into the city that became the symbol of everything Syria lost. Aleppo, a monument, a round-the-globe sculpture in the middle of the city that he used to visit as a child.
Whoa. How are you feeling?
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very emotional.
13 years ago, he left Syria like millions of others, carrying nothing but the memory of streets he might never see again. This is what he came back for first. Not the famous places, his places.
So guys, we are now in Aleppo,
Yes.
northern part of Syria, where most of the whole city got destroyed. And as you can see already, it looks like a post-apocalypse type of situation. You can see all the rubbish. You can see this building, for example. You see my friend who's local here, who used to live here, that's him. He used to live here when he was 9 years old, and you can see all the buildings are destroyed. He had to flee the city when he was 9 years old, and yeah, after that the war started, and the whole city, or the whole country, basically fell into destruction. You can see all the building crushed, bombed. You can see bullets. I bet a lot of people have died. Rest in peace to them. And I hope, inshallah, now, since Syria is free since 1 year, I hope it gets rebuilt again. And yeah, I hope the best for this country and for its people. So as you guys can see, the whole city post-war is going to be really hard to rebuild, because, for example, let's say some of the houses here, the buildings, we can't actually renovate. You know, it's in winter, it's gonna be too cold. There's no isolation or something, or the cables are shut down. Who knows what problems these buildings have. So some of the people started rebuilding, but it's still hollow. Probably it's been here for many days, empty. Maybe the builders or the owner of the house thought it's not worth it anymore, because nothing really can change things, because the infrastructure, the whole roads, even the rubbish, as you can see here, is all gone. Either they will have to shift the city to a different location, or it's over.
The Battle of Aleppo lasted 4 years, from 2012 to 2016. At its peak, Aleppo was divided in two: government forces in the west, rebel forces on the other side, and civilians trapped in between.
So what's good, guys? This is the Citadel of Aleppo. It used to be a big castle back in the days, a huge hub for the kingdom. As you can see, it's quite astonishing. Quite a big fortress, but it has its use behind. and now it's kind of a World Heritage. And you can see a small souk or a mosque, I'm not sure what that is, but this place is grandiose. And as you can see here, other building destroyed.
We climbed to the Citadel of Aleppo, one of the oldest and largest castles in the world, inhabited since the 3rd millennium BC. That makes it older than the pyramids of Giza. The citadel has been destroyed and rebuilt more times than historians can fully count. By the Greeks, the Romans, the Mongols, by earthquakes, by the recent war. Every empire that swept through Aleppo tried to bring it down, and every time Aleppo rebuilt it. Standing here, climbing the same steps that have been climbed for 5,000 years, you start to understand something. This city has been broken before, worse than this, many times, and it always came back. So this whole citadel was apparently built 3,000 years before Jesus Christ was born. So very long time. And what is this? Ist das ein Grab oder? Schauen wir von wem.
هي شوفها زمان تعرف انت؟ لا بس آية آية كان بين صح كان
So I guess this part of the building was bombed down by
who?
the dictator Bashar al-Assad, who fled the country. Ooh, yeah. Look at this, you guys. You have the whole view of Aleppo. But sadly, you can see a lot of buildings bombed down by this Assad al-Bashar. Sadly. You can see the destroyed buildings here, and you can see all the horizon as far as the eye reaches. Aleppo is really big. Maybe one of the biggest cities in the world, I don't know.
No.
No? But even that.
But maybe bigger than the capital, Damascus.
From land, yeah. Because you can see back in the war, almost most of the cities got bombed, then people moved outside of a city to build something new, a new home. You can see maybe the mosque bombed down, you can see a few houses bombed down, even the castles. This part of the castle is also bombed down, of the citadel I mean. And yeah, on the walls you can see some holes. These are from bullets. And yeah, it's pretty sad to see actually. Let's go back here. Let me see what we can find here. Maybe we can climb up here or a farm. Okay, I'm gonna try to climb up here. Chat, am I allowed to climb up? So this guys is Aleppo, guys. Look at this. Vlogger?
Look.
Look. So Adrian, how was your experience here in the Citadel?
Yeah, the experience, it's an old place, which I didn't know much about. But now after feeling the views, seeing over the whole city in different angles, and taking pictures, jumping around the stones to take a way out because we were stuck inside, doing some challenges and imagining the life of the people here in the past, not knowing how many of them lived here.
أهلا شباب، السلام عليكم.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. عرفت يا معلم، تفضل يا معلم. ما ليش شو تحكي معه؟ ما بيشوف قوي، ما بيحب القوي هذا. ايش اسمه هذا؟ أدريان. شو؟ أدريان. يا خيو يا خاي يا أدريان يا خاي ساعدني بنواي حلبية وعيونها حلوة يا أدريان يا خاي عجل بالله يا خاي بدني لحلب. احنا بحلب فيوم دورني بحوشها وسمعني طرب على راسي. احنا بس
I didn't understand what he said, but it was nice. It was not Turkish.
He sang a song about our boy Adrian in Arabic, and now he wants money.
Yes.
But I mean, the life of the people here is hard. I can understand the hustle.
هذا مرة مشان شو بطلع
شو اسمه؟
مرة ايش الواحد؟ ابو محمود بياع جو مرة بقالة حلب ست الحسن. يا حلب يا ست الكل شكرا على الجمع والله لك حيل عيوني واشوفك بالقلعة واتمشى بحارتنا واشعلك شمعة لاطلع درجك وابوس ترابك. يا حلب يا ست الكل شكرا على الجمع. شكرا على الجمع. اهلا وسهلا، نورتوا يا طيبين.